There's some things. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to bring you up to speed. So I got an interview I'm going to play from Stephen Espinoza, about an hour or so after Danny Garcia defeated Rod Salka via knockout in the second round. If you don't know, today is August the 10th, 2014. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I talk about boxing. I research boxing. I make sure that I put in the quote-unquote hard work and dedication. So, moving on. I'm a big Danny Garcia fan, but I have to be critical as well. There's no reason why he should have been fighting Rod Salka. However, in previous videos, I did say that every now and then, a guy like a Rod Salka, not Rod Salka, but a guy like him, deserves a shot. But you have to be critical of Danny because you have to look at that record. I mean, you have to look at that list of 140 pounders that he could have fought, but then he fought an unranked Rod Salka in a fight that was for no title, you know. And Rod Salka didn't make his bones at the 147-pound division for welterweight. He was basically known at 130, or known the best as he was at 135 pounds. You got Lamont Peterson, who's the IBF champion, fighting on the same card, and fans just were so pissed off because. Let me play the interview from a clip. I put the link to it right below, you know, of Stephen Espinoza. T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy Live.
You know, so regardless of who was in front of him, he came out, he looked sharp, you know, he did what he had to do, and you can't take that away from him.
A lot of the chatter, obviously, afterwards now is the demand from the public, from fight fans, from the media, to see that showdown between you know, Danny and Lamont Peterson. How do you feel about the possibility of making that fight for later this year?
Love to do it. We've had preliminary conversations of trying to make it happen. Again, here at Barclays, had a great crowd tonight. Very, very lively crowd. Looked great in the arena. And we've got we're preliminary looking at possibly early December for this fight. So we'll have to check with the camps on both sides to make sure that that timetable still works. But that's something we'd like to get done before the end of the year.
Angels indicated here tonight in the.
So now. I put the link to the full interview below, but what I want to ask you is, doesn't that guy sound like a boxing promoter? And, you know, he's the head of Showtime Showtime Sports, and this is what we were told why the fight didn't happen before, because both sides, I'm just paraphrasing, both sides couldn't come to an agreement. But here's the interesting thing. Haymon is the manager, advisor, promoter, or whatever he is of Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson. They're both fighting on the same network and both fighting for the same promotional company. Both fighters have said, yeah, I want it to happen. In fact, just last night, after the end of Lamont Peterson fight, he was asked by Jim Gray, and he just said, I hope so. Hold on, give me a minute. T Street Controversy. We'll play a little bit more of the interview.
To move Danny up to 147 pounds. Is that a fight that Showtime's still interested in if it's a non-junior welterweight unification fight?
Absolutely. The titles, quite honestly, are secondary. What we have in Lamont Peterson and Danny Garcia are two of the best fighters in their division, whether that division is 140 or 147. They're two skilled guys. And whether it's for the unified titles or not, it's sort of icing on the cake. It'd be great if it's for the unified titles, but it's still a great event, a great fight, even if it's not for the unified titles.
Moving on, and then we can just ask you one more.
All right, we're going to end it right there. So, wherever Danny Garcia goes, whether he stays at 140 or moving to 147, because apparently I feel that it's gotten too tough for him to make 140 pounds. So moving to 147, he's not ducking anybody by moving to 147. He'll still be able to fight Lamont Peterson. He'll still be able to fight Mauricio Herrera, Adrian Broner, and all those guys. But see, fans are upset once again. It's like, why didn't you just make that fight from the first place? Why Edgar Santana and why Rod Salka? Why do that to us and put those same fighters on the same card, despite the fact that Danny Garcia fought above 140 pounds and Lamont Peterson defended his 140-pound title? you can be mad, just as mad as Lamont Peterson. I mean, and Lamont Peterson too, because he fought Edgar Santana. Edgar Santana is more of somewhat of a better known name than Salka. But see, Salka, you know, was on Showbox and all that. But you can be mad at him and say, well, why did Edgar Santana get a shot? A title shot. Out of all the guys like the Hank Lundys and all that. Yes, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. But I feel like this. It looks like that fight is going to happen. You know, this is the man ahead of Showtime. He's not going to just, you know, talk about it happening. And then the fans are asking for the fight, but they want to see Danny do more. But I think that Danny should just stay one more fight at 140 against Lamont Peterson, unify those titles, then move to 147. And then he still got to have tough fights, you know, with Mauricio Herrera and possibly a rematch with Lucas Matisse. And all the other guys at 147. I mean, my guy, you got Andre Berto there, you got Robert Guerrero, you got Marcos Maidana. So the sky is the limit for him. But now, you know, there's no more babysitting. But I'm T-Street Controversy, T-Street Controversy Live. You can see I'm having some issues breathing here. Just subscribe, go to my Facebook. All the links to everything is right below. Oh, God. T-Street Controversy Live. I'm cool.